Watch this clip. It's the Euro 2024 final. Nico Williams running in on the left. He receives the ball from his best friend Yamal, then bangs it in with his left foot, first time into the bottom corner. This wasn't just a massive goal for Nico Williams and the Spanish national team. It was a taste of what these two could achieve together at Barça, a dynamic duo capable of punishing any team. Rafinha made the left wing spot his own, but imagine if Barça had a natural left winger who could cut in as well. They would be even more lethal. At his core, Nico Williams has all the qualities that Hansi Flick is looking for in his winger. He stretches the pitch, he takes on his man, and he runs non-stop. He is relentless on that left-hand side, constantly running at the opposition. Pair that with Yamal on the right, along with his fellow Spanish teammates in Pedri and Olmo, and suddenly Barcelona become unstoppable. It's a signing that should have happened a while ago. Nico Williams is someone that needs to be around better players. It's difficult to bang in goals for fun consistently when you play for Athletic Club. They are a fantastic team, but there's a reason that Nico's performances get better with the Spain national team. Just look at his Euro 2024 campaign. In just the second game of the tournament, he put on a man of the match performance against the lasagna lovers. No goals, no assists, yet it was clear that he was the best player on the pitch that day. To those that had been watching him in La Liga, it wouldn't have come as a surprise to see him tear up Di Lorenzo. I mean, he was going into the Euros that season after getting 8 goals and 19 assists in all competitions for Athletic Club. Di Lorenzo was getting cooked so bad that Spalletti had to bring on Cambiaso to double up on Williams. And all it took was 9 minutes for Williams to get away from both of them, take a look up, and send a cross into the box that deflected off of Ricardo Calafiori and into the net. Every time Nico Williams touched the ball, the pizza lovers were shaking. Then keep in mind on the other flank, Yamal was doing the same thing to Di Marco. Then in the round of 16, he said, "You guys want to see stats? I'll show you some stats." He scored his first goal of the tournament as Spain came back behind to beat Georgia. A beautiful individual goal that was a reminder that he is the type of winger that can create something out of nothing. In that match, he also became the only player on record at the Euro since 1980 to score a goal, assist a goal, and complete 100% of his passes in a game that he started in. And of course, in the same match, Yamal was making history on the right side by creating the most chances ever by a player under 21 in a Euro knockout game. As we will continue to see, these guys are two peas in a pod. Just gotta get them on the same club team now. In the final, the two linked up again for the opening goal. It's crazy, among all the stars on the pitch that night, from Yamal to Bellingham to Saka to Cole Palmer, it was Nico Williams who had stood out as he won man of the match. It wasn't just that he scored, he had dominated. His speed and movement had Kyle Walker clenching his butt cheeks all game. At just 21 years old, he had delivered on the biggest stage in European football. This is a player who has been hyped for years now. He wasn't even a teenager when Athletic Club realized they had a player who could become a massive star. They could tell that he had potential because he wasn't just fast, he was annoyingly fast. When he arrived from Osasuna as an under 11 player, he was immediately placed in the higher age groups. When he was 16, he was playing with the under 19s. 2 years later, he was playing for Athletic's third team, way ahead of schedule. He had all the tools needed to succeed. He would score, then immediately sprint back to defend like his life depended on it. Even his own brother said that Nico doesn't have a ceiling to what he can achieve.
No podía dar crédito de lo que estaban viendo. Yo sabía del potencial que tenía mi hermano, pero también sabía la clase de rivales que se iba a enfrentar y los ha hecho a todos.
From the youth ranks at Athletic Club to the first team. And on April 28th, 2021, the big moment finally arrived. Nico Williams made his first team debut, stepping onto the San Mames pitch in a La Liga match. It was a proud day not just for him, but for the whole Williams family, because just 10 minutes after Nico came on, his older brother Inaki was also subbed in. For the first time since 1986, two brothers were playing together for Athletic Club. It was a special moment. You could feel the emotion in the stadium. It felt more than just a debut, it was the start of something new. As Nico Williams played more and more games, it was obvious that he wasn't just Inaki's watching the next big thing. After his big breakthrough, Nico Williams didn't slow down. Over the next 2 seasons, he went from being known as Inaki's little brother to becoming one of the most exciting young players in La Liga. It was hard not to love his style. Every time he got the ball on the left wing, the energy in the stadium shifted. People got out of their seats, expecting something special. And more often than not, he delivered. He was a natural dribbler. He had explosive speed but could change direction in an instant. And he was phenomenal in 1v1 situations. Now, of course, there were areas in his game that he needed to improve, mainly his end product and consistency. Typical typical things for a young player. But as time went by, his hard work started to pay off. In September of 2022, he scored his first ever La Liga goal. It came in a 4-1 away win at Elche. Williams didn't just score, he forced an own goal, won a penalty, and was named man of the match. This time the winner in a 3-2 win at home against Rayo Vallecano. 2 games, 2 goals. Nico Williams had arrived. But the road wasn't always smooth. In March of 2023, during a crucial Copa del Rey semifinal against Osasuna, Nico missed 2 golden chances. Athletic Club lost, and the dream of reaching the final was crushed. Some fans turned on him online, blaming him individually for the loss. It was a painful moment. It was a 20-year-old facing the tough side of football, the pressure, the hate, the responsibility on his shoulders. But this is what makes Nico Williams such a top player. He didn't let the pressure break him. Just days later, he stepped back onto the pitch and scored the winning goal in a match against Espanyol. And those that had doubted him were cheering for him once again. Welcome to modern football. But that moment was very important because Nico Williams showed that he wasn't just some flashy winger. He had heart, resilience, and more importantly, could step up in big moments. By the 2024 season, Nico Williams was no longer just a rising star anymore. He was one of Athletic Club's most important players. Under Valverde, he became a regular starter, playing on the left wing and cutting in on his right. It was the perfect position for him because he could either cut inside and shoot or fly down the wing and cross it in with his left. Because he's pretty comfortable with both feet, defenders never knew which way he was gonna go. Add in the fact that him and Inaki would swap wings mid-game sometimes, and you had a nightmare for fullbacks. Week after week, Nico lit up the pitch. He was so fast, so unpredictable. And it wasn't just about him having flair, he was now getting real statistical output. In the 2024 La Liga season, Nico Williams got 11 assists, the second highest total in the league. And then when it came to dribbling, Nico was in a league of his own. He averaged over 10 dribbles per game. He was constantly beating defenders, opening up space. For a 21-year-old to be creating this many chances, it was something special. So naturally, big clubs started circling around him. There were headlines linking him to all kind of top teams. Liverpool, Real Madrid, Barça, even Aston Villa were in the race. Now fans in Bilbao started to worry. His contract was set to expire in 2024. Could they really lose him just like that? But Nico made a decision that showed his heart. He signed a contract extension until 2027, committing to the club that had raised him. The new deal included a bigger release clause, a clear sign of just how valuable he had become. Then on top of putting pen to paper, Nico rewarded the club's faith on the pitch. He helped them make history. It all started with a deep run in the Copa del Rey. In the quarterfinals that January, Athletic faced Barcelona, and under the spotlight, Nico Williams balled out. He was a nightmare for Barca's defense. As usual, flying down the wing, cutting inside, creating chaos. Then on top of all that, he pulled out a moment of magic. He had done it. Barcelona, the big boys, were knocked out, and San Mamés was bouncing. Nico sprinted off in celebration. His brother Inaki couldn't believe it. Athletic Club had reached the Copa del Rey final. Now their opponent was Mallorca, a tricky underdog, but it didn't matter. Once again, Nico stepped up. He played a smart ball across the box to assist Sanset, leveling the score. The game finished 1-1 after extra time and they went to penalty shootouts. The pressure was massive, but Athletic Club did it. After 40 long years, the Copa del Rey was coming back to Bilbao. Nico was named the man of the match in the final. He had been brilliant all tournament, but this performance was the perfect ending. He had helped deliver the trophy that his club and city had dreamed about for decades. And the season didn't stop there. Athletic Club also finished 5th in La Liga, their best league result in 8 years. It was a campaign to remember, and Nico Williams had been at the heart of it all. To top it all off, he was even nominated for the 2024 Ballon d'Or. At just 22 years old, he had finished 15th in the world. That alone said everything. And what Barca need now is more game changers. Even with Rafinha and Yamal, there's always a need for players that can create something out of nothing by themselves. In the 2025 season, Williams was at the top when it came to most dribbles per 90 minutes. He loves to get the ball as wide as possible, then attack defenders directly. If your fullback is isolated with Williams running at him with space, that brother is done. Cause Nico uses his athleticism to take bigger touches in behind, but he's also capable of creating in tighter spaces. That's what makes him so deadly. He isn't just a sprinting merchant like Adama Traore. He has quick feet, he uses body feints, stepovers, chops to create space for himself. The best part of his game remains his ability to carry the ball past multiple opponents with speed. He attempted around 8.2 take-ons per game in La Liga, which was a career high for him. Only 3 other players had done more, and that was City's Doku, Yamal, and Jamie Giddens. And as we have seen with Williams, it's not just about the pretty dribbles and looking good for highlights. This is a player that has real output. It's why he had the second highest number of assists in La Liga in the 2024 season. Look at what he was doing for Atletico Athletic Club in the Europa League in 2025. He was sensational against Roma. You can see it from his stats in the game. He stayed wide, linked up with his teammates, before choosing his moments to burst into the box. Now imagine how much more ruthless he can be in a Hansi Flick system, surrounded by better players. This move wouldn't be about replacing Rafinha. I don't know why people keep trying to push that narrative. It's about having another type of profile, another tool in Barcelona's locker in order to punish teams. In fact, having an elite left winger like Nico Williams will allow Rafinha to flourish in a more central role. Rafinha is a completely different kind of left winger than Nico Williams. He's better in front of goal, a direct outlet in behind, but because he's left-footed on the left side, he can't offer the same type of runs as Williams. Having a winger who's able to cut inside creates so much danger because he can either shoot himself or he can cross to the back post. It creates chaos and puts the defense into positions where they have to make quick decisions on the fly. A wing combo of Nico Williams on the left and Yamal on the right is too hard to pass by. There is no risk. Nico Williams already knows what La Liga is like. He's already boys with like half the guys on the team. Him and Yamal almost have a pathological connection. It's like he's the third Williams brother. Just imagine Nico and Yamal dancing like this after putting the 6th goal past Real Madrid. Then from Nico's point of view, moving to Barca is the step that unlocks the very top of his potential. A potential that, like his brother Inaki said, has no ceiling. He's done amazing things at Athletic Club. He's won a trophy, started in big games, and became one of the best young players in the world. But the truth is, staying there has its limits. Because of their Basque-only policy and smaller budget, they can't always compete for the biggest titles. They fight hard. They're a great team, but winning La Liga or going far in the Champions League isn't something they can do. Barca, on the other hand, is a different world. If Nico Williams moves here, he'd be playing in the Champions League. He would be competing in La Liga. He'd be lining up alongside some of the best players in the world, training at the highest level, and playing in matches watched by millions around the globe. With Barca's attacking style and fast-paced system, his game would reach new heights. He is already a Spanish star, but with this move, he would become a global superstar. Now, while I talked about Yamal and Nico Williams' connection a lot, there's another Spanish teammate of Nico's who is on this Barca team, and that's Pedri. To see how the Spanish maestro returned to being the best central midfielder in the world, you have to check out this video right here.